Welcome back or welcome to Reddit Tell-All. Today we have a compilation of different cheating stories, so I hope you enjoy today's video. If you do, consider subscribing, and with that out the way, let's just get straight on to story number 1. My wife of 2 years is cheating on me. Today I, male 27, found out my wife, female 25, is cheating on me. As with all cheaters, she messed up. She left her second phone home when she left for work. I'm numb because I heard her phone go off and I assumed she had just left it. And we were supposed to meet up for lunch later. But when I picked up her phone, I saw a number I didn't recognize, and the text on there said it all. It read, "I can't wait to see you tonight." Yeah, I know that maybe that's just a friend, and this could just be a work phone, but my gut tells me otherwise. I've been thinking about it and she has been acting weird. She's been working long hours, she's been on 2 girls' trips this month, and she's been randomly called into work on her days off. That is literally every single warning sign of a cheater. I will be very, very surprised if that text message was from just a friend or a work colleague. I don't know what to do. Her second phone has a lock on it, otherwise I'd open it and read the other texts. What do I do? Update. Thank you all for your comments. I just finished lunch with her. I confronted her about the phone and the look of horror on her face broke what little hope I had left that she wasn't cheating on me. I gave her phone and told her to open it and show me the text thread. And the messages date back to December. I asked her how long she's been cheating and she confessed. She broke down and started apologizing as I read the messages, which were like daggers straight to my heart. I asked her again how long, and apparently it's been happening our whole marriage. When I told her I don't think I could forgive her, she got mad and drove home, packed a suitcase and left. I'm sitting here on our bed with a mixture of sorrow, pain, and a desire to just wake up from this nightmare. I don't know where I went wrong. Why couldn't I be a better husband to her? I feel so lost and hopeless. She was my everything. This poor man. I don't think he could have done anything better. If she was cheating from day one, it doesn't matter what he was gonna do. Some people just don't understand that if they can't stay faithful to that person, then maybe they shouldn't get married. Anyway, let's go on to update 2. So today I had the locks changed to the house. I called a divorce attorney to help me, and I'm going to meet with him in a day, so hopefully he takes my case. I went through some of her messages and her friends' messages to me. Apparently, she's twisted the story to make it look like I cheated on her. She's the victim. Unfortunately for her, I took a picture of the text that said, "I can't wait to see you," and sent that to her family. I don't know if that will do anything, but yeah, I feel insanely guilty every time I read a text from her. She called me about 40 times and left voicemails, which I immediately deleted. With all the support and help from you guys, I feel like I can make it through this. Oh, and also I did set a doctor's appointment to get tested for STDs. Thank you all for your support. I really appreciate it. Yesterday, my world fell apart and you guys are helping me pick up the pieces. My family believes me and support me, and my friends also support me too. I still have a lot of pain in me, but I feel like I can breathe a little better, and as some of you have mentioned, that it can only get better from here. I hope this is the case, because this hurt is one I never want to feel again. So I did see in some of the comments, they did advise him to try and keep some of the voicemails and save them for the divorce, for court, just in case. She's already twisted the story, so I think that's actually some really good advice. Anyway, let's get on to story number 2. Caught my boss cheating with his wife's best friend. Our company was celebrating securing another 5-year contract with a massive client. We do these office parties quite often with every biggish achievement. It's our boss's way of appreciating our work. Bonuses are awarded too. And to boost morale, as the workload can get intense. Anyway, the party was well underway in our boss's house. Everyone was drunk, indulging in good food and generally having a good time. Needing the bathroom, I excused myself and headed for the basement bathroom. Everyone always forgets it's there, so I knew it would be empty. I blame it on the alcohol or perhaps the loud music just above, but I didn't hear anything to give me warning of the horror of what I would witness until I stumbled into the unlocked bathroom and saw my boss's wife's best friend, also an employee of his, riding my boss as he sat on top of the toilet. I rushed out immediately after. I didn't even hesitate. I headed straight for the front door, walked for what felt like forever, then called myself an Uber home. This all happened last night, and I've just woken up with a killer hangover, bracing for the impact, for the awkward encounter I'll have with my boss on Monday. Lol. Edit. Some of y'all are too blinded by your morality, whilst I can appreciate the need to be honest with the wife. It's also incredibly short-sighted to expect someone to drastically change their life just like that. I mean, this is my job on the line, my way of life, literally everything. And I'm sorry, but the wouldn't you want someone to tell you if you were the wife doesn't pay the bills. Let's remember to be realistic, guys. The wife could very well call me a liar, and I would have made unnecessary enemies and would have created a toxic work environment for myself. I also could never blackmail my boss, as many of you have suggested. Not out of my own morality issues, but that crap just never works out. As I mentioned before, no big decisions will be made until after Monday. That puts him in such an awkward position. Even if you wanted to tell the wife, it's your boss. And this guy might have a really cushy job at the moment. The boss minus this does sound pretty good and sounds like he looks after his employees pretty well in maybe more ways than one with the wife's best friend. And as bad as it sounds, he doesn't have any loyalty to his boss's wife. In an ideal world, everyone would be, as they said, the morality police and do the right thing, but sometimes it's just not black and white, and in this instance there is a lot of grey areas. So I understand where Opie's coming from this, but yikes, walking in on your boss, that is awkward in itself, let alone with another employee. And knowing that that's his wife's best friend just adds a whole nother level to the complications of this. Yeah, cheaters really are the scum of the earth. Ex-wife 37 female cheated with a co-worker who she knew for all of 3 months, threw away a 10-year relationship and 7 years of marriage. Thank goodness there were no kids involved. After I caught her, she insisted it was only an emotional affair and no sex. I didn't believe her and threw her out. So, of course, she blames me for running to the guy and moving in with him. Our divorce was finalised a year ago. Guess who shows up at my house yesterday night telling me she's still in love with me and she'll do anything I want to make it up to me. Turns out her dream man, who she barely knew, was banging some 19-year-old on the side and has massive debts he hid from her. I told her all I want is her out of my life and to leave because my girlfriend was on her way over and the last thing I needed was her getting there and finding my ex-wife there. Then I told her exactly what I think of her and pulled no punches. So now, once again, I'm the bad guy. She hurt me, now I hate her, so that makes her the victim. What a narcissist. Yeah, for some reason, it seems like nearly every cheater always tries to twist and turn the story on the person who is the true victim. The grass clearly wasn't greener on the other side, but good for this guy that he's now moved on, got a new girlfriend, and hopefully is happy in his new life. And for our final story, I thought I would share a more light-hearted, happier story, no cheating involved. Actually, it's quite the opposite. This OP said, I've really enjoyed watching my neighbour fall in love. My bedroom window faces my neighbour's kitchen and front yard. I don't try to spy on him or deliberately watch him, but our windows face each other, so when I'm at my desk, I often will catch a momentary glimpse of his life. He got divorced or separated close to 5 years ago. The lawn started to get long, his kid was a bit more free range. You could see the kitchen table getting covered with letters and dishes. The back porch was falling apart. It was sad to see. I've never spoken to him, but we wave to each other sometimes, and he seems nice enough. But a few months ago, I noticed him staying up really late often. He had put a new computer on the kitchen table, and on my many bathroom breaks, I would see him up at the computer, sometimes with the curtains pulled, but still with the computer glow on the edges. Soon after the lawn was cut, the table was cleared off. A few days later, an unknown car was parked on our street outside his house. It showed up a few more times until one day I glanced out to see him holding hands, walking with a mystery woman. She was beautiful, honestly, and they looked so happy. They were talking and laughing and walking back from getting coffee. The lawn's been neat. He's doing what looks like improvement projects again, and he's even shaving and standing up taller. It's really nice to see. Since then, I smile whenever the new car is parked outside my neighbour's house, and the lights have still been on super late, but now it's upstairs and I don't get a view in that one. But I'm sure they are having a great time. Can't really tell anyone, I'm sort of spying on my neighbours, so I figured I'd let Reddit know. So that story could be taken pretty stalkerish, but you know, when you're working from home, it's kind of like when you're working in an office and you need to just look out the window. You can't help but just let your eyes focus, and even though you're not doing it intentionally, you can't help it. It's really nice that she's seen such an improvement in his life. As she said, she can't tell her friends or anyone that she knows in real life. So where else can you tell a bunch of strangers something that you've been just yearning to get off your chest? And this is why I love the subgroup r/TrueOffMyChest, because there is just such a variety of different stories, but if you did like today's video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully you'll come back and join me in another video very soon.